The reason my wife and I came to the Knesset today is that we are doing our part to prevent the further release of terrorists who have killed and wounded Israeli and American citizens. We have been involved in this issue for 10 years, mostly with the American authorities, and we've decided we want to work with Knesset member Danon, who has always stated his opposition to such releases. In 2011, we worked with the United States ambassador to prevent the release of terrorists in the Shalit deal, terrorists who had killed or wounded American citizens. And the Americans actually sent a letter the day before the release requesting that those who'd harmed Americans not be released. Israel did not pay any attention to this letter and released 15 people in that first round who had killed or wounded Americans, including 2 from our attack. And in the second round, additional terrorists who had killed and wounded Americans were released, including 1 person from our attack. My son and I, Yonatan, we were walking home from my laboratory, which is in downtown Jerusalem. We were on King George Street. It was the 21st of March, 2002. It was an extremely cold, rainy day. And when we got close to Rejwan Square, there was a massive explosion behind us. I was thrown 15 feet forward. When I got up, I saw that my arm was bleeding. I'd had 2 screws pass through my left hand, but I didn't see where Yonatan was. We'd been walking hand in hand. All of a sudden, I couldn't see him. I ran back and found him face down on the sidewalk. I picked him up. He was moaning, which meant he was still alive. Some people came to take care of him and take care of me. We went in the first ambulance that left the scene heading to Hadassah. And in the ambulance, one of the attendants pulled it was a towel from the back of Yonatan's head, and we could see it was soaked in blood. And that was the first sign we had that Yonatan had had a piece of shrapnel pass fully through his right brain. And that was the start of months and years of recovery. So I had 2 screws pass through my left arm, and Yonatan had the head of a Phillips screw pass fully through his right brain, which was later removed at Ichilov Hospital by Dr. Shlomo Constantini. This is the screw that was taken out of my arm during several hours of surgery at Hadassah Hospital. It was given to me at 2 in the morning during recovery. And this is the head of a Phillips screw that was taken out of Yonatan's head by Dr. Shlomo Constantini at Ichilov Hospital approximately 2 months after the attack. This is not an easy issue for us. It's something we live all the time. I would just like to note that the releases have always been based on the fact that those who are released harmed Israeli citizens. You don't see people being released who harmed Knesset members or the children of famous people in Israel. Essentially, because the people who've been wounded, who've been affected directly, are unknown, nameless citizens, they feel very easy about releasing these murderers. But if someone had killed an Israeli president or a defense minister, they would never let such a person out.